Okay, welcome students. Welcome to the new session. So the new session is all about interview communication skills. In the last video, we have shared what you should do before interview, during interview, and after interview. So here are some few points which we need to take care while you are appearing for the interview process before we answer the questions. So in the last class, we have already talked about what are the some do's and don'ts, or maybe you should do before interview, during interview, and after interview. But these are few points which you need to take care of. So the first is pronounce the interviewer's name correctly. We have already talked about avoid interrupting the interviewer. This is very important. So what happens is most of the times what we do is while the recruiter is saying something, we are so confident, or maybe we are so excited that we interrupt the recruiter. Even after 1 minute, or maybe whenever he is saying something, we cut in between and we start answering the questions, or we answer the question to answer. So this is something which is a big no. Always let the first interviewer complete the question and then you can answer, because that's how we can irritate the second person, and second person would not really feel good about us. So don't interrupt the interviewer again and again. So first let him complete and then you can start. Try not to use any jargons. Maybe you are a person from the technical background and you know many jargons which might the other person would not know, so he will believe that you are trying to be over smart, or maybe you are trying to put the second person down, so would not be a right impression. So do not use any jargons while you are answering the questions. Listen to the questions very carefully. So sometimes the question is being asked is different and whatever you're answering is wrong, is different. So when these two things are not meeting with each other, can give you the wrong impression or maybe the wrong image. So whatever question is being asked to you, you should listen to that question very carefully before you answer it. So the listening is the first key for any question that you answer. And listen the question. There is no hurry. Listen to the question and answer it accordingly. You can frame your sentence accordingly. It's not like you are in hurry and you are just fumbling with the answer, or you want to go answer in a one go. Don't do that. You can take your own time. Let the interviewer finish the question before you start answering. This is very similar to interrupting. Yes, you should not jump in between. Please answer the question whenever the interviewer finished the question. Keep all the answers positive. Now, this is very interesting and very important. What happens is, like when the interviewer tries to ask a question, so most of the times what we do is we play the victim card, that maybe this happened with us, or maybe let's say, I'm just giving the example, we say that all politicians are corrupt. So this is a very wrong impression on the recruiter, because we cannot say all are corrupt in one go, because there are many people those who are working really hard for the progress of India, or maybe for the different departments. So we cannot conclude one. So that shows your negative mindset, and you conclude every answer in a negative way. So whenever you're answering any situation based question, behavioral based question, so try that your answers are positive and you are giving your answers in a positive way. You are not putting somebody down to make yourself rise. This is a first key of answering any question. So just be very particular what kind of answer you are giving. Even if it is a negative answer, put it in the positive way. How do you do that? We will be handling these questions in the next video, wherein we will be handling the question answers round. Don't crib or complain about your teachers, mentors, or the last organization. Maybe if you are a fresher, if you don't know any question that has been asked by the recruiter, so what we do is we start complaining about the teachers. They did not teach well, or maybe he was not good with the understanding of the subject, or maybe your mentor was not really well, or your manager was not really good, or you have got good bad times. So this is complaining or cribbing habit. So this is something which a person doesn't like. The recruiters, they don't like cribbing or complaining. So whatever situation you are, accept your faults. Do not put it into somebody else, right? So blame game is something which is very dangerous and we should not do it. We should avoid doing that, right? So avoid cribbing and complaining about any of your mentors, teachers, trainers, organization, managers, or etc. Right? Smile and look like you are enjoying the conversation. Yes, it's already been discussed that whenever you are handling the question, so just make sure that you are smiling and you look like you are enjoying the question. Now, dressing for interview, right? So dressing for interviews is very important, like we have discussed it, how you need to dress up for the interviews. Go with the neutral colors like navy, gray, black, brown are the best colors for job interview. White is also an excellent color, but it is very neutral. So if you are going for, if it is like, if you're a boy, if you're a male, go for neutral shirts, pants, and professional shoes. No jazzy shoes, maybe green, blue, that is a big no. Go for formal leather shoes with proper socks, white or black, accordingly match with your pant that you're wearing. And shirt should be neutral, can be solid, but don't go for over jazzy or over loud colors. That is a big no. Right? You can choose navy, gray, maybe the greens, maybe the lighter greens or nude greens. That actually works best for your attires. Trim your nails. For girls, it is always advisable. You like to put, long nail. So it is always advisable that you file them properly and put paints according to your dress attire. Don't be too loud, like black, brown, reds. Avoid them. Use natural, neutral color paints on your nails, and you can go for the interview process. And if it is long, trim them. Even if it is not long, trim them. Don't go for skin fit attires, go for comfortable clothes. Yes, it's absolutely right. Whenever you're going for the interview process, do not go in the skin fit attires that makes you uncomfortable, and your whole soul brain would work, how to get settled, and you will be conscious throughout your interview process, and you will not be able to focus on the questions that are being asked. So it is always advisable go on regular fits, or maybe in clothes where you are comfortable, right? Do not compromise with the comfort. You can compromise with the colors, or maybe you can compromise with maybe the latest trends that way. For girls, I would like to mention you can go with the formal pants, shirts. Even for traditional, you can go for nice salwar suit with proper dupatta, cotton ones. Don't go for a lot of embroideries, lot of you know lot of stoneworks and all is not recommendable. Go with natural colors, go with minimum embroideries and stuff. So uh, simple you are, effective and elegant you look. Use mild fragrance, yes. So might happen you are appearing for any interview process, maybe in summers, or your body is not giving a right odor. So you can use good perfumes or maybe sprays or deos. So but make sure that these are very very naturals and mild. It shouldn't be there that you are putting a lot of things all together and enter, so might give anxiety to the other person. So make it very very simple and soothing, fragrance. Go with proper hair, no shabby hairstyle. Absolutely. Why? Because nobody likes to see you shabby. So if you're entering to this room, to make sure that your hair is properly combed or properly styled. We have talked about already about the firm handshakes, and now let's see the next one is when your interviewer gives you a first or a last name. Address your interviewer by title, Miss, Mr., or if you know that the person has doctorate degree, you can use doctor. They actually like this thing, right? Maintain the good eye contact. I have already talked about. Sit down. Only you can take your seat before you start the interview process. You can only take the seat once the recruiter allows you to sit. Also, always take the permission of the recruiter while before you sit down, and avoid slouching and fidgeting on the seat. Maybe you got a rolling chair, so do not be very very comfortable and start feeling very comfortable by fidgeting over there. So what you need to do is you need to still sit and enjoy your comfort, but not slouch on that. Now ask for the clarification if you don't understand a question. This is very important. What happens is many of times when we start giving the answers, so we get scared that what if we ask the question again, so might the recruiter would not like it. It's always good to clarify your question rather giving the wrong answers. So when you are meeting the recruiter, so to make sure that whatever answer you are giving, you understand the question first. If you're not able to understand the question first, clarify it. Be thorough in your response while being concise in your words. So whenever you are interacting with the recruiter, so you make sure that you are in the conversation. It is not like he's saying something and you're just listening, or maybe after giving your answer you make yourself out. So what you can do is you can remain in the conversation by nudging your, you can nod your head, or maybe giving the proper eye contact, a smile, or maybe proper fillers, yes, no, maybe. During the conversation, it helps to maintain the nice discussion on, right? So your responses during the conversations are must. Be honest and be yourself. Yes, this is something which we have already discussed, that honesty is something which is liked by every recruiter. So whenever you are answering any question, so be very, very honest what you are answering. It shouldn't be that you are answering something which is not even relevant. So don't give any false answer or something manipulative. So here you and employer, they both will be unhappy, right? So you have to treat the interviewer seriously and as through you are truly interested in the employer and the opportunity presented. This is very important and very serious point, that sometimes what happens is we take the recruiter or the interviewer very lightly, which shouldn't be happening. So whenever you are interacting, you should sound interested and you should give all your ears, and you should take this particular opportunity very, very seriously. If you take the opportunity seriously, then only the person would take interest and will take you seriously. Now, these are some interviews, don'ts that you should avoid. Being too friendly. The recruiter might be friendly with you. Why? Because he wants to make you comfortable, but that doesn't mean he wants to be friends with you. So always make sure that he would try to comfort you, but you need not to be too friendly with him, right? So you need to understand the limits and the boundaries. So don't cross it, and behave like a candidate. Do not be too friendly with the person you are interacting. To not listening to the questions carefully, we have already discussed. Being over smart, so don't try to be over very smart when you are answering. Maybe you know many things altogether, or maybe the question you understood or you came to know and you start answering, or maybe you are answering the question in that way that a person believes that you only know the question. So there is always a slight difference between smart, over smart, confident, and overconfident. So we have to avoid over here. We can be smart, we can be confident, but let's avoid over here. Making derogatory remarks about your previous employers. So this is something which is a big no. So do not make any derogatory remarks, because you will believe that from tomorrow that if you can make any derogatory remarks on the previous employer, so it is high possible that once you leave the company, you will make the same remarks for this company also, because this is your habit. And no company would appreciate and promote people, those who can, spread the negative publicity in the market, right? So company, they follow this protocol. So do make sure that you are not making any derogatory remarks. Slouching, mumbling, speaking slowly. So please be very clear what you are speaking. It should not be like you are slouching and mumbling whatever you want to say. So to please loud and clear whatever you are sharing, whatever you are answering. Knowing nothing but about the company you are talking. So this is something, it's a big no. So whenever you are talking to to a person, so do make sure that you have appropriate knowledge about the company. Positive attitude is something which everybody appreciates, right? So it is highly recommendable that whenever you are answering your whenever you are presenting yourself, your attitude should be very positive. Negative attitude is not at all appreciated, nor it is neither appreciated nor welcomed. So it is recommendable that whenever you are answering any question or you are appearing yourself, so you are carrying positive attitude. People appreciate people, those who are positive in nature. They like to work with those people. Have intelligent questions prepared to ask the interviewer. Having done your research about the interviewer in advance, ask questions which you did not find answer in your research. You can have some questions prepared for yourself if you need to ask from the interviewer, but you need to understand that you can only ask the questions when you are in doubt. It's not like you are putting the second person down and you are creating some heavy questions which you feel that interviewer would not able to answer, and you can become the hero for this session. So this is something we will avoid. What we can do is we can prepare only the questions which you couldn't find during your research about the company. Evaluate the interviewer and the organization. An interview is a two-way street. Conduct yourself cordially and respectfully while thinking critically about the way you are treated and the values and the priorities of the organization. I hope you understood. So this is something that you need to understand, that whenever you're meeting a person, you're cordially and respectfully handling him, right? So it's a two-way street. If you handle or conduct yourself with a, you will maintain the cordial relationship. You will treat the person respectfully. The same will revert to you also, right? So this is something that we need to, we need to take care about. Now, in the you need to also talk about your body language. When we talk about body language, it is very essential. I have talked about many things about the body language here. So let's see here. I can see the candidate is very scared, right? Or maybe you are sitting in a posture wherein you are putting both the legs apart, or maybe you're sitting in very comfortable position, shows that you're over smart, or you are not taking this session very seriously, or maybe you are putting one leg on the second leg and then you have one arm on the table and you're sitting in the aggressive way, not at all appreciated. Or maybe you're bend it too much and then you're scaring the person and that makes the person scared. This is also not recommendable. Or you're giving any offensive body language, like tapping the table again and again, or maybe maybe you're just binging, or maybe you're just eating something, eating chewing gum between it. So these are the negative body languages that you should avoid. Or dragging your legs, or maybe you have a bag, you're putting it down, up, down, or maybe you're carrying your documents, you keep them on table, you have maybe you kept the folder on the table and you tend to spill water on the table. So this is something that you should avoid. Now, these are some frequently questions from the freshers and from the experienced persons. So this is something that we will be handling in the next session. So till then, revise your slides, go through the slides once again, and it will be of your help. In case you have any doubts so far, you can write us, right? We will try to solve them as soon as possible. So till then, bye and take care of yourself.